I read The Botany of Desire by Michael Pollan in 2011. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I wrote this about it late that year. I never thought I'd sincerely describe anything as delightful, but this book is really nice. It defines perfect recreational nonfiction for me. It's chock full of enjoyable trivia and profound assertions that engage in a way that make you care about topics and concepts that you may have never pondered before. That's not to say that you won't like this book if you're a rabid gardener or care deeply about the history and continued proliferation of apples, tulips, marijuana, and potatoes. But even if you've never thought of these things as interesting, you'll probably find something of interest here. This book is a great break from serious studying nonfiction or trite melodramatic fiction. It helped me consider my natural world during a time when that seemed to be exceedingly difficult to do on my own. So I loved this book. I think it's funny in the review that I start off saying, I never thought I'd seriously describe anything as delightful, and then I didn't describe it as that, but this book really is delightful. I wasn't familiar with Michael Pollan's work. I hadn't read The Omnivore's Dilemma, which I think is kind of usually they think that it's the book that introduces people to Michael Pollan. And then now he has the series on Netflix, the How to Change Your Mind about psychedelics, which is really great too. So I definitely recommend anything by him. I think he creates stories about nonfiction that's terribly interesting and really cool and really fun to read. I think it is exactly what I described here in that it is a great break from serious nonfiction. Not that this isn't serious, but that it's more written in an entertaining and fun way. And then also if you're getting tired of like pop fiction, the kind of stuff that feels a little melodramatic or trite, this is a great thing to put in there too. It is chock full of enjoyable trivia. It's these things about apples, for example. It's broken up into 4 sections, and the apples section, learning about how apples are harvested, how they're preserved, how they're genetically engineered, I think is fantastic. The through line through the book is all about how we connect the natural world to the things that we desire as human beings. In the tulip section, they talk about the great tulip runs in days of old. I don't remember when it was, but back in Holland in Europe, and when tulips were extremely valuable. And then in potatoes, they talk about sort of the genetic engineering that goes into pesticides and the things that are protecting potatoes from insects. It's really interesting, and it's a lot of great, interesting information. It is part of what he does is opinion as well. He puts in his personal spin on things, but he also gives you so much great information about things that are interesting and things that you're faced with on sort of a regular basis. I don't remember anything from the marijuana section at this time, but I do remember the other 3 sections, and they were all fantastic. I definitely would go to Michael Pollan as a interesting authority when it comes to nonfiction topics that I am interested in. And so I do recommend The Botany of Desire. If you are interested in those 4 things, or if you just want to try some cool nonfiction, it is 4 out of 5 stars, and I read it in 2011. Till next.